Hey everybody, this is Flyfishinglover, your Utah State representative for pondhoppernation. So today I'm doing the fly box video suggested by Sir Dallin right under the giveaway video. So thanks to Sir Dallin for suggesting this video. I was going to do one of these videos last year, but I never came across to it. So props to that guy or gal. Sorry about that. But yeah, Sir Dallin, I will be sending you a message because I want to give you half a dozen of flies that I'll tie up and I'll send it straight to your house. Or if you live in Utah area close to me, I would be more than willing to even drive to your place and give it to you and meet up with you. So I'll send you a message. So if you see this video or see my message, please respond with your mailing address. Or if you're close by, I'll be more than willing to meet up and give you your half a dozen of flies. So here it goes. So the first, I got all of these boxes, 9 boxes right here, and a whole lot of bags. So the first bag that I grabbed are scuds. When it comes to scuds, I tend to go with pink or orange. I don't know why. I've never had that much success with any other color, gray or whatever. So I love to do it with chartreuse, like an orange, hot orange color tungsten. Especially when I'm going after crappie and bluegills. They absolutely love orange and pink. For some reason, I have really good success. So I always put tungsten beads if I have the money for them. But yeah, tungsten is one of the ways to go to get to them fast. And there's times like they drop so fast that they'll just hit it. So I keep quite a bit of them with me. Next bag is just some random flies, some woolly bugger streamers, and all that good stuff. Next one has a few clouser minnows and bobbers and flat minnows, but I have other, hopefully, I'm pretty sure I do have a few better ones, but that's one of the bags. Next bag has complex twisters, a few complex twisters right there, that's one of them. Big huge one with white, black, and red flashaboo. And got, I believe it's size 12 or size 8, this guy. But this is just a woolly bugger. Great fly, especially when I chase after some crappie. Some of our lakes, they absolutely love them. So there's that guy, and then I got a few more complex twisters in that bag. If you can't even see, this light can get a little bit bright. But a few more complex twisters. I have some woolly buggers in there, random flies, grasshopper, and a few midges. And with this bag, a whole bunch of flies, if I can even get it out, because one of my mouse patterns decides to snag the bag. Gotta snag the bag to be happy, apparently. So here's one of the complex twisters right there. Has like a baby blue type of Palmer chenille, and then black marabou. That's a great fly right there. Moorish mouse, can never go wrong with having a few of them. I like to use a Gamakatsu B10S hooks, and what I do with it, I like to get some other heavier pound test line, and I'll put Gamakatsu octopus hooks in usually size 6 or size 8. So there it is. Great fly, especially going after some bass, pike, even some trout when they're actually active on the surface. So there's that whole bunch of Moorish mouse, and hopefully get another box for them. Surely need that. And then I got some olive pine squirrels. This fly is it's one of the best, especially if you're going to community ponds or small ponds, especially in like Uinta Mountains, backcountry. This is like one of the top flies that I will fish with when I'm doing that kind of fishing. Let's see. Just a small little leech. Olive with black. That's pretty effective. Same concept. Let's see if I can find a better one. Right here I got a Prince Nymph. I believe it's a regular Prince Nymph, but I put black hack on it. Good fly, same concept as those other few flies. And then now to get into the very first box. Unfortunately, this box is like just all around with random stuff. So here's a very big random bait pattern. Just hackle and tons of marabou in there with some red crystal flash and a very heavy eyelet right there. One of my top favorite flies, especially when I'm going to like Strawberry Reservoir or chasing after bass, mainly about it. I found crawdad pattern similar to this up in Fish Tech. They used to sell it, but I don't know if they still do sell it around. I haven't seen it in quite some time. But yeah, I put a good amount of pink dubbing. Pink dubbing for some weird reason, and this crawdad pattern is really good. I've caught some pretty nice bass off of it and cutthroat trouts up in Strawberry, even some 20 plus inch rainbow trouts out of some of the lakes in central region like East Canyon, Jordanelle. These guys can destroy some of the fish. But yeah, like I was saying, I do pink dubbing. I like the pumpkin whatever legs, crawdad legs or rubber legs that you can find basically anywhere. Most of the time I can only find them whenever I'm looking for them. I can find them at Fish Tech. So there's one of my top favorite flies all year round. Doesn't matter when I'm going fly fishing. And then I got some big huge leech, bunny leech. Here's one of them in a brown. Put just a tad bit here and there. I'll put some flashaboo right there. I do not tie these guys. I haven't figured out or haven't had that much time to learn on these double hitch, but this fly has caught me a few fish, and if I can remember, I did have a big fish on when I was up in Yellowstone, but it got off sadly. So there's the first box. Second box is completely destroyed. the pin came out and I lost that. So this one is all my midges. So I got some stoneflies and a few midges right there. Just an overview. And I keep a lot of hare's ear. You can see right there. When it comes to river fishing, I absolutely, that's my first or second option of what I use. And either from size 12s all the way to size 18s, and hare's ear is one of the best ways to go. And I have a few of these. Let's see. Yeah, this is a zebra midge right there. Try to block some of it. Let's see. Can't really tell, but try my very best. This is the first time I did this kind of video with small midges and stuff. But yeah, here's a zebra midge. I believe in a it looks like a size 12. I like to use black thread, usually black or red. I'll use thread, and then I'll toss on some red wire, and always finish it off with UV clear goo. Here's a few more scuds right there. I got orange, pink, rainbow color, and some of the gray color. Next box has some egg patterns and more little midges right there. And when I go carp fishing, this is one of the best flies that I absolutely love. Thanks to one of my friends giving me a few, and I start tying it on. It's just on a small little size 6, size 8 octopus hook. You got your yellow type of sparkly chenille, and then right at the end of your marabous, I can't remember if it was marabou or the hackle. Yeah, it's actually on your hackles, under the white hackle. At the very end, you can find some sparse like feathers that you can tie in and use the wrapping, so it has that front end of the popcorn. That can be very deadly on carps, especially fishing rivers, ponds. I haven't caught any carps fly fishing on lakes yet, but I always still try. So there's the second box, if I can even get it back together, whatever, it's pretty much broken up. Next box, just a whole bunch of random flies that I just decide to chuck in there. Big huge leech pattern, or squirrel. I can't think right now, but right there in black. I have other boxes. I do not tie this. I haven't caught anything off of it yet. Haven't really used it. Just a fish popper. Got them from Fish Tech. And here is one of the flies that I absolutely love to death, that I sort of tweaked and modified. I call this a crystal bud. From everybody that I've shown and talked to, they tell me it's a damsel fly nymph pattern. But what I do, just a little bit marabou in olive color, and then hackle, usually in smaller medium. But I like to put crystal flash right on it. And whenever I go to community ponds in Uinta Mountains, those brook trouts in the Uinta Mountains love that fly like no other. It's a really good fly when you're chasing after some brook trout, especially. That's like the primary use for it. Got some purple woolly buggers right there. Close this guy off. Next box has some of the, like a bait fish type of, basically concept of a woolly bugger, but with the side bell on them. That's a good fly right there as well. And like I said earlier, I was going to show you some better low fat minnows. That's one of them right there. In a nice bright color. You got hot dubbing right there, purple at the bottom, and then I put some red and white marabou in it with the eyes off the side. And with these, I put it on octopus hooks as well, something small, usually size, I think that should be like a size 8 right there. Small hook with a big body. I've caught some nice bass out of like Daybreak and some other spots. Haven't used them too much, but that can be pretty good during the season of spawning. This next box, I have some frog poppers right there. Love to do it with bluegills and all that good stuff, and bass if they chase after it. Here's another box, basically size 4s. Yeah, size 4s and possibly some size 8 woolly buggers right there in multiple colors. Got them in chartreuse, red, black, purple, a few white. Just another random box. So there's that. Next box, even more woolly buggers right there. A whole lot more. Just random purple, black, all that. A few of what one of my friends on BFT, he makes some. Basically, this woolly bugger floats up because he uses hot glue and actually molds it in the head, and he actually colors it and coats it again. So when you toss it out, it tends to sit. I haven't used these in a while, but they tend to sit like this, so the butt end will sit on the ground, but the head stays up float. So when you're stripping, it actually pops down and goes down a few inches, especially if you're using floating line. So there's that guy. And let's see, I do have some of these. They're called the Halloween Woolly Bugger. So basically you got your bright color mixed with the dark. So I got some sorry about that. You got some orange sorry about that. Still trying to get over the sickness I've been having, but feeling a whole lot better. So you got your orange scud, whatever you're dubbing, mixed with the black marabou, black hackle, and at the very end I do put red chenille on it. I've caught some very nice flat fishes, especially during the fall time. That can be a killer color. I think I need to take a sip of my coffee. A little bit better. So now with the bigger box, basically more of the zoinker, rabbit, big huge flies. This is some strange fly pattern that I don't even know what to call it. It just random creation. Got some white zoinker right there. I tossed some hot orange zoinker, and then I put oh my god. I can't even remember, but yeah, what I use for clouds or minnows, the fiber right there, and I put the dumbbell eyes, some random flies, and then I got quite a bit more other crawdads in purple, white, crawdad, dubbing, all sorts of stuff. Let's see if I can find a better looking chromide. Just a little bit better. But yeah, here's a little chromoid that I tied up. I use, I think it's called like the black. It's very weird. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a dark black mixed with red, and I think it's a black halogenic Flashaboo. So it has that very sparse. That's when I'm making chromides, that's one of my favorite ones to use when I'm tying it up. And when you don't fish with it and the UV clear goo cure is very precise, it gives off such a bright, like a flash, especially in the water when it's going down. You can see it just has a flare color to it that's pretty awesome. Next side, I got some size 8 woolly buggers right there in black. I got some of biggers in size 4. And then I got these guys, the smaller little minnows. Little white one with the eye bells. And then I got black and chartreuse. Chartreuse always good for crappie, like always. For some reason, they just love the color chartreuse. So there's that big box into the biggest box that I have right here. Has all these big, huge streamers. Just right there. All streamers. And a few frog poppers. Just got them in local shop, Shields, or even Fish Tech. Nice frog popper right there. Here's a few random fish bait patterns I tied up that I was dying to try out a few of my pike lakes, but with the weather the past month or whatever when I was planning to go has dipped down the water temp. So I wasn't able to yet, but once June hits around, I know for sure I'll be testing this guy out for sure and see if I can catch some big guys. And then some Clouser minnows in the big size, white and chartreuse. And then I have a few others in gray colors. Like this guy, with this one I put just white chenille. And let's see what other flies I want to show. Not that guy. More complex twisters. Another pattern, like a bait, marabou in the back. Quite a bit of saddle hackle, or I believe it's called. I don't have a box around, package around, or my table is just a very disaster. Yeah, just saddle hackle and big, usually size 8, 5 to 7, or 5 to 8 to cover the head, and I sort of dip it down so it flares in the very back. And this box doesn't really want to close. And the last one a whole bunch of Clouser minnows that I tied up when I was about to go to Lake Powell, or can't remember, but I have some black and red like I showed earlier. I got some white and chartreuse. A few woolly buggers. Random fly pattern. Just complete randomness. Don't know. I just tend to make some random flies here and there. Different colors of saddle hackle, and then I'd wrap around some zoinker or rabbit strip around to make the collar so it pops out when it's swimming. You got these moving like side to side, and the rabbit flares out and gives like a popping to it. I haven't used it too much, but shall later on this year. Some other I'm losing my mind now, sorta. But yeah, just a woolly bugger, but with the Gamakatsu hook, especially if I'm getting serious and I don't want to lose any fish, especially when I know the fish are around and they're really willing to hit. I will use that. And another complex twister, pretty big one. I don't know what happened to one of my favorite. I really wanted to show this complex twister that I had earlier, but I do not know where I set that one. But basically the concept on my top favorite complex twister is that it has black marabou in the very back, and then it's with black hackle, black chenille, whatever, Palmer, not black Palmer, but red Palmer chenille. That's like, it has a very intense look to it. It's right here. Palmer chenille in red. In medium size. Usually I go medium or large in it, but when I wrap it and twist it around, it has such a certain look to it. I just had some of my best days with those ones that's all black, but with this in red. Usually I'll toss some of the red flashabou on it as well. That fly can produce some really nice fish, especially on the bigger settings. That I had good days when I was fishing down south for pike. If I recall, one day I caught like 30 pike throughout the day that I was there, and then the next morning it was a little bit sketchier. Weather wasn't really so great. It ended up being a little bit more windy, so the pike sort of tapered off. But it was the most deadliest fly of that day. I ended up catching like over 30 pike, and I believe like 6 bass off of it. Off just like majority of the fish came off of it, let's say. So sorry I was sort of stuttering in this video. When I'm talking for this long, especially on a concept that I didn't even prep, it just randomly going through, didn't really prepare myself, I sort of tend to end up getting this stutter. But there's that fly box video of all the flies that I do have, and I just recently created a new couple of channels. One is going to be fly tying review and product review. So I'll have those links under the description below. So if you want to see videos of fly tying, the name, I'll have it under the description below. It's called Flyfishinglover fly tying tutorial. Pretty basic. And another channel that I created is Flyfishinglover product review. So I'll do some product reviews on like type of hooks that I love and some other product like the fly rods I have. I have 2 Ready 10 fly rods in a 6-weight and 8-weight. I absolutely love those cross waters. They cost like $70-80 just for the rod. And I've caught everything from bluegills, pike, bass, even a catfish off of them and handled pretty well. Especially first time going after pikes and actually landing one. That 8-weight was doing pretty good. I've never fished that lake, so I didn't know how hard those pike would end up fight. But even a small pike, like 12-15 inches, made my rod bend. I was surprised how strong some of those pike will just literally dive down to the point I had to loosen up my reel. And I'll do a product review of the reel that I have. So far, it's one of my favorite. The Lamson liquids are one of my favorite reels. So I'll bust out a video on those two, and then I'll do like a fly fishing set of my my float tube setup, what I do, how I set it up, what I have on with me at all times, and my fish finder, do a review on that. So there's going to be quite a bit videos coming out for hopefully the next couple months when I have some spare time to do those. So thanks a lot to Sir Dallin and for this video suggestion. I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't even expect this video to go this long. Half an hour of watching me talk about my boxes, all these boxes and all that. So stay tuned. If you like this video, like and comment under there. Don't forget about the giveaway that I have going on the 28th. Time is running down. Each and every day it's slowing down, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to check out that video. And then those other contests, giveaways that I'll be giving out later on through the year. I got the one for, I believe, 200 or 250 gets half a dozen. 500 subscribers, I'll do 1 dozen, half a dozen flies, and then the 1,000 subscriber mark gets a lucky tackle box, 1 dozen and half a dozen flies. I'll do different categories, so if you guys want more information on those videos, check under the first giveaway video for the May 28th, and the other one is going to be the more giveaway video. So check those videos out to have your opportunity to get those flies. So check out those 2 videos, and don't forget to check out pondhoppernation.com and their Facebook page, because Albert Telefuse, he's one amazing guy. He helped me out a lot. I just love that guy. He's amazing to work with. He's a very kind and generous person, especially meeting up with him. So stay tuned for more fishing videos coming soon, hopefully at this end of this month. And check out all my other videos, and check out all the other YouTubers who have been doing a giveaway, because each and every day it's either a YouTuber or Albert Telefuse has his own stuff giving away. So I'll have all the links under the description below, and stay tuned and have a great weekend. Thanks for staying through almost 35 minutes of my video if you watched from the beginning to the end. Have a great day and keep fishing. See ya.